think I can hear my voice. Let's see. I have my voice in my own head. Yep. I don't have the camera on right now, but it's because I just woke up and I look like I just woke up. It's very obvious. So no camera today. Uh, okay. So if you're watching me right now, I'm gonna be animating. I'm gonna be animating specifically this shot of Stephen Stills. He kind of has like some toast on his hand, so he's having breakfast. He's talking to Scott. Or I have the voice acting lines for this guy, so I'm gonna be able to sing them up. But I have no keyframes. I only have the one keyframe.
Yeah. Okay. Have you even kissed her?
And this is why I like having the lines already recorded, because now it's gonna be easier to create keyframes for that. So obviously the first thing I'm doing is I'm tracing over the first keyframe that we drew for the animatic, and then I'm gonna start creating a couple new keyframes, trying to give it a little bit of personality to the guy and functionality for the sentence. Sometimes I was thinking about making this scene with him eating bread, but since now I have the voice, he doesn't sound like he would have food in his mouth or even bite anything. So I'm gonna leave it as it is, with no eating, just playing around with the piece of toast. It's gonna take a while, but it's gonna be fun. You're gonna see me in the middle of the creative process of keyframing as well, which I don't usually share because it takes me too long, and I don't even know if I'm gonna like the keyframes in the end. That's why I never share that. But today you get to see me in a very vulnerable state where I don't know if we're gonna end up having something good. Because like last week, what did we animate? We animated something that was already done. Like for example, just check this one out.
And you're dating a high schooler? Not bad. Not bad at all.
See now,
And you're dating a high schooler?
Shut up, Stephen. Uh, creepy phrase, right? The the cleanup is really easy. Once you know the keyframes are good, just like making them look clean is pretty quite easy. Also, the lip syncing is really easy for the show because they just mouth flap, meaning that you don't need to like take into account what syllables are saying. They just open their mouth and then shut them up. Open, shut, open, shut, open, shut, open, shut.
And you're dating a high schooler? Not bad. Not bad at all.
It's a very low budget anime style. Now this one was hard. I was animating this last night. This is why I didn't sleep well. We have knives dropping the books while she's talking to her mom, and it's a lot of keyframing. So then the timing, you got to figure that out. Then for some of the keyframes, I had to add like a recoil and stuff like that. And yeah, I enjoyed doing this one, but this one took me like 5 hours. Oh, this one's awesome. The one where Scott is yelling. It ended up looking pretty good, in my opinion. I don't know. I had a smear frame right there. Look at this smear frame. I didn't think of the smear frame until I was in the cleanup process, which is a weird moment to think about a smear frame. But that's what I like about cleanup. You can still add stuff to the actual animation. So today we're gonna just start with this one, because cleanup is a boring process. I don't want to show people how to clean up every day. Every once in a while, maybe. Okay, so now we have this keyframe. So for the timing,
Yeah. Okay.
I think I might add another keyframe here. So it's like, yeah, okay. So let me get rid of the old Stephen, by the way. I don't need you anymore. I have a new friend. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Have you even
kissed her? So right here would start a new one. And that could be
Yeah. Okay. Have you even kissed her?
Yeah, it could be easily like 3 keyframes. I could add a 4th one, but I'm a bit of a lazy boy. So now let's see. So yeah, okay. So now once he says okay, I think I'm gonna add a bit like a eyebrow, like he's asking questions. So I'm gonna copy this eyebrow, of course. Then I'm gonna bring it a bit lower, like this. Make the eyes a little bit close here. And a little bit of this like thingy. What do you call it? The eyelid thing. Then for this guy, I'm gonna keep it probably similar. And I'm only keeping it if I like it. I might not like it. Tilt it a little bit. Same thing with the eye, a little bit more closed. More of the eyelid shows. Same pupil slash thing. So let's see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's giving me the right vibe. Okay, we got a new person. Goop. Oh my god, we have the Goop. Yo, I'm new here. This looks way better than I thought. Keep up the good work, man. Thank you, Goop. I like Goop. Goop is a nice person. So far that we know of. And let's see. The ears. Something like this. Now, should we tilt the head a little bit more to the left or to the right? I feel like we should. Am I gonna? Okay, I'm gonna do it for the third keyframe though. Because tilting heads is kind of hard. I try to avoid it with this show specifically. On other shows, I feel like I have to. But with Scott Pilgrim, everything's so simple that I can get away with simpler head rotations or lack of them. Yeah, I should practice rotating heads. See, right now I'm just copying the head. I'm gonna create a very small variations when I tilt it downward though. And the body's gonna be easy to replicate, I guess. See, down. I really love your Scott Pilgrim animations. Thank you, Mario. What part are you animating right now? Yeah, exactly. So for people who still don't know, let's go to Google. Give me a second. That's Mario. Read Scott Pilgrim online. You should never do this. You should buy the actual book. But I'm doing it because I'm on the computer. I'm literally animating just the first few pages, which I did before, but I animated them with the voice actors from the movie. But now I'm going to use my own voice actors, and I'm going to follow exactly the script that's on the book. So, for example, we have the bus scene, which is not in the movie. This is an addition that we're adding. Also, like, just making sure that each character says their line instead of switching them around. Because in the movie, Kim gets a lot of Stephen lines, which, I mean, I'm being nitpicky here, but I feel like Stephen needs more iconic lines, and he gets to say them in the comic book, while Kim gets them all in the movies. Stephen becomes like more boring because of that. Then we want to animate the Wallace and the band scene, which are going to be kind of weird. The band, because like we need music, and I'm going to play that music because I love making music. Sorry, but yeah, that's actually going to be the next interesting part of this project right now. I have the storyboard here. Give me a second. Yeah, so I have the storyboard, and what I did with my own show pilot, Research Unit of Horrors, on this same software was I added the images first, like I have them here in a storyboard way. Then I added the lines here. For example, let's check this out. Hear this.
Scott Pilgrim is dating a high schooler?
Really? Is she hot?
How old are you now, Scott? Like 28?
I don't have Scott Pilgrim's voice yet. But so that's what I do first. First I add the voices. Obviously I mix them so they're the same volume. You've noticed that probably Stephen has a louder volume than Kim, so I have to mix that up. And then I start adding music on Cubase. So I'm gonna score the whole thing with the images and the voices to make sure that the timing is cohesive. And if there's ever any awkward gaps or anything, it has music, or I just make it go faster, yada 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 yada. So what I'm doing right now of animating without that done first is a mistake on my part, but I'm too excited about the project. I want to do it. Like, I get excited sometimes with projects, so I just start with them when I know there's a process. I know I should take longer, but I want to get it done by the end of October. So if I want to get it done by the end of October, like, I gotta move it quick. And I'm just starting to get the voice acting lines. They're just arriving. I just got Stephen, I got Kim. Just this morning right now, I just got young Neil as well. So that's pretty chill. We'll see. I'll see how he sounds later after I'm done with this. And once I have all the voices, I'm definitely gonna start the scoring process. I love making music. Also, I already got my plugin for 8-bit music. I literally got like SNES, NES, stuff like that sounds, like literally sounds from the video games consoles from back then. I didn't know that chiptune music actually used like proper sounds from those consoles. I thought it was just like like synthesizers in general, but no, it has to be from the consoles apparently. I didn't know that. The more you know, the more you know. Let's see what people say. Yo, dude, what's up, KC99? Yo, dude, finally someone is doing it right. Hell yeah. I mean, I'm copying the comic book, which is actually the easiest thing to do. I don't know why people just like want it to be so creative. I'm not that creative. I just steal from the comic book. Kidding. Your animation got way better, bro. Can't wait till this is released a second time. Thanks, Mr. Skin. Yeah, no, I have gotten better, and that's why I like redoing projects, because like when you see them the way I did them at first, and then now you go like, oh no, this guy got a lot better, and I feel like I still have a lot of room for improvement. But no, this project is looking crisp compared to the first one I made. It's looking great. Because like I'm adapting the comic book pages, but I'm not copying the pages, not the what do you call these? I'm not copying the actual like direction of the comic book. Let's go to the After Effects. So here in After Effects, I am merging all the stuff that has been already finished. So we have a lot of backgrounds. We have a few animations. No sound yet. That's the part that bothers me a little bit. And yeah, so basically I am not doing exactly the shots from the comic book, because the problem with the comic book, even though I love it, is that the shots are not, they don't vary a lot. They're very flat. So it doesn't give you a lot of room to like play with perspective or interesting posing or anything. Like it's almost floating heads. The backgrounds are not always rendered, which is something you wouldn't see on television as often. Not anymore. I feel like in the 80s, anime sometimes did that. But in present day, oh my god, people, especially in the anime industry, people are insane about backgrounds, dude. I feel like they legitimately might spend like $500 here for an amazing background that is only going to be shown for like 2 seconds. It's insane. Are there any voice appliances? You mean applications? We already had like on Twitter the ad. Let me show you, because it's done. It's finished. We already have the voice actors. I made an announcement on September 12 of applications for the 5 characters that appear in the first few scenes: Scott Pilgrim, Stephen Stills, Kim Pine, Young Neil, Knife Chow. And the deadline was September 23rd. So it's done. The deadline has already been met. I already got all the emails. I already responded to all of them. I hope I didn't miss any. And everybody knows who they're going to play and who isn't going to be part of the project, unfortunately. I hated telling people no. Because before this project, whenever I got a voice actor, I would contact them directly. I would be like, hey, I'm this guy who has a YouTube channel. Do you want to be part of this project? And this is the first time that I did a casting call. And it felt bad to tell people that they weren't going to be Scott, Stephen, or Kim. I thought it was going to be chill, but nah, actually, I don't like it. Next time I'll hire somebody to do the firing for me. So I'll do a casting call for people who who get to give people bad news. Because I don't want to do it again. I only want to give good news. I hate bad news. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. See, I like working with very slight animations. It's like barely any motion, but it's enough to denote that Stephen is just going to a chiller pose. And then the neck thing probably moves more over here. Yeah, the thing I learned about animation this year is that subtlety. Subtlety is also good animation. I thought you need exaggerated motions or nothing. But no, if you're still, nobody is still ever. So I've learned how to like add very small, subtle animations that give life to the characters. What are people saying in the chat room? Oh no, is it buffering? Let me see if it's buffering. Let me see. I usually have good internet, dude. Yeah, stream health says poor over here. Ooh, what can I do to fix that? Other than pay a better internet provider. At 2:15, yeah, I just started lagging right now. Shoot, that sucks. I don't usually have internet issues. Like I can download movies really fast. If your live keeps buffering, it's okay. Yeah, I can see that now. I thought it was doing okay for a second there. I don't know what to do if it lags. I'll try to keep just drawing, and if it lags more, then oops. So let's see. We have got.
Yeah? Okay. Have you even kissed her?
Ooh, I like that. It does give a good vibe. That second keyframe. So now for the third keyframe, what are we gonna do? I think I'm gonna rotate the head to the left. I'm gonna copy this head as usual. Because animation is many things. The next character to be casted would be Ramona Flowers, definitely, because she's coming soonish. But there's more characters. The problem with Scott Pilgrim is that there's a lot of characters, and they all get just a couple lines. It's like not every character gets like an arc or anything. And like for example, young Neil has like very few lines in the first book actually. Like when you watch the Netflix show, he's always there. But in the comic book, bro, barely. The Netflix show decided to make him more of an important character just because he's so fun. I agree with that decision. It's not a bad decision at all. Let's see. I. So to go from here to here, am I going to do something different? Definitely. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm going to rotate him to the right. Just like... Oh, thanks, Goop, for telling me that it hasn't been buffering too much. But yeah. Okay, let's see. So now it's like done.
Yeah? Okay. Have you even kissed her?
Okay, and I think I will add one more keyframe for it to look like he's going back to relaxing mode, because I feel like when he goes from here to here, he's getting tense again. So by the end of the question, I'm going to give him a relaxing pose. So I'm going to tense him up a little bit here. Meaning I'm going to bring up the shoulders just barely. And then I'm going to relax him again. As I said before, subtlety is good for these scenes, the conversational scenes. There's no action, there's no fighting, there's no dragons. Just 5 guys or 4 guys being goofy in a kitchen. That's why it's so relatable. I feel like we've all been in kitchens. Gonna support the heck out of this series. Good. That's what we want. We want to support for Scott Pilgrim, but also for the Spookies, the research unit of horrors. Because we're going to start coming out with... we're going to be literally just practicing Sakuga animation. We've been watching a lot of Sakuga Boru. So we've already done a few drafts of what we want to do with it. I think that the character we're going to be animating in the end is going to be Freja and one of the Imperial soldiers that we have created. If you've seen ever Bioshock, we have a character that's going to be pretty much like a Big Daddy, but for the universe of Research Unit of Horrors. It's pretty cool. And he's going to be like a very common enemy that you would find around the world. But that doesn't mean that you cannot animate some cool action with it. Uh-oh. I'm getting more buffering issues. No. Oh, that sucks. Oh, I should have twisted this arm. Twist. Not twist. Rotated. Just barely. Just rotate a little bit like this. Internet, please. Why? Doesn't make any sense. Literally, internet is the only thing I care about in this house. It's the only thing I make sure that it's working properly. And it doesn't work when I need it. Good job, internet. You dick. So last time Netflix got me. This time is going to be the internet connection. It's always something with me, huh? Okay, let's see. Taka dun, taka taka dun dun. Okay, so we have dun 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 dun. So we just need the last keyframe, which as I said before is gonna be similar to the second to last. But I'm just gonna relax him. Give him a last tense pose. Do you plan to adapt the whole thing, or are you testing your limits with this one scene? It's a bit of both. Definitely a test to show improvement, definitely. But as aforementioned, if I get a lot of support, I'm gonna continue. Just because that's a good way to do YouTube, is looking at feedback and just redoing what works. And if it works, fuck yes. Sorry for cussing. We're gonna keep doing it. Also, because like we've already got the hang of it. Like once you understand how to do a pipeline, like how to like follow steps all the way from conception and storyboarding all the way down to like full animation. Once you get that right, dude, it's easy. I'm not even kidding. Like the hardest thing about animation is knowing what your process is gonna be like. Legitimately, unless you've already worked in big studios, which we haven't. But like, just following a good work layout helps the process, first of all, not seem so daunting because you know it's gonna get done. But if you just start animating a scene, like one scene, like when I say one scene, I mean like one of these. If you start animating one of these, you don't know what's gonna happen by the end of it. You don't know if it's gonna be part of a bigger project or what percentage of a full project you have finished because you're not thinking about the big picture. But once you know that you've already taken big pictures, it's really easy, honestly. Oh, not easy, but I don't know, it's doable. Because otherwise, animation is such a daunting task that if you don't know your pipeline, you can go crazy, dude. People probably have gone mad from starting a short and not being able to finish it. But I think I've already done it a couple times, so I'm confident that I can start and finish projects. And I'm honestly, I feel like I'm 50% through with this project over here, if I don't take into account the music. That's my biggest flex. Now that I'm an amazing animator, is that I finish stuff. That's it. Just finishing stuff makes me feel so happy. Let's see. The eye got deformed by the last frame. See, this is the kind of stuff that makes me an artist that needs to get better. The fact that the eye gets deformed every single time. Should I make a blink at some point? Oh, I could do that for like for a breakdown, not necessarily for a keyframe. Okay, relax pose. There you go, arms. And now is when it gets fun because keyframing is more interesting in action and not in a conversation. A conversation of keyframing is barely just functional. But in any type of scene, once you start doing breakdowns and in betweens, now that can be fun. So let's see how we can play with the timing, make it look more interesting. Probably give it some recoil effects, meaning overshoot, or giving it anticipation. I don't know. We'll figure it out. This is the kind of stuff you have to figure out while doing the keyframes before animating, meaning doing the animatic. But as I said before, I did get a little bit of excited, so I'm kind of just rushing some scenes. This is one of them. And just because they're rushed doesn't mean they're going to be worse, but they're definitely less thought of, which sounds like a bad thing, and it could be. Okay, let's see. Let's try to move the bread here a little bit. What am I going to do with the bread? I think I'm going to move the wrist for this one. Just like that. Yes. Yeah, that feels natural. Finish this shirt. This. Okay, let's see what it looks like so far, especially with the voice. Okay, let's go.
Yeah? Okay. Have you even kissed her?
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's lagging again. Okay, we have the keyframes.
Yeah. Okay. Have you even kissed her?
Okay, so now that I have good keyframes, I'm gonna do a couple. What do you call these? Mm, breakdowns. Breakdown just means an in between that you think of harder. It's like usually in betweens are like interpolation, meaning that if you have like a ball here and a ball here, you draw a ball in the middle, right? So this would be like keyframe 1, for example, keyframe 15, and for 13 you would just draw one in the middle. But you could make it fun, and instead of doing that, you could go like from 1 to 15, but like take a curve and make this one 13. So instead of interpolating, which would be literally the half point, you get creative with it. You go like, oh, let's give it some curve or some personality. For example, if this guy is like happy here, and then he's sad, the interpolation would literally be the straight line, right? That would be the interpolation. But you can make it more fun. Be like, he's happy first, he's sad in the end. But for the interpolation, he's gonna look down and he's gonna blink. So now it's like, so it's more exciting. It's more for an exciting motion. And that's what I mean with doing breakdowns right now. Not doing in betweens, doing breakdowns. So for this, let's start getting professional, right? This would be keyframe 1. This one would be keyframe 25. I'm naming the keyframes so that I can plan the timing right now. This would be keyframe 55, and this would be keyframe 79. How do you know it's a keyframe or what the number you should choose? So depending on the timing that you have decided down here on the timeline, each keyframe is going to land on a number. For example, this keyframe landed on number 1, meaning that the first frame that is being shown is this one. And so I called it 1, and I give it a circle. Circle is going to mean that it's a keyframe. This one landed on 25, this one landed to 55, and this one landed in 79. The way that I'm doing also the choosing of the places for everything is like I'm going on 3s. And Clip Studio Paint is very helpful with that. So they basically separate stuff in groups of 6 so that it's easier for you to like land on a place that it's an interval of 3 frames. In anime, people usually use 3 frames. In Western animation, they use 2, and in movies, they use 1s. So this is like an anime for TV, so we're doing 3s. That's why all the numbers are multiples of 3, I believe. I'm not sure about 55. 55 doesn't feel like a multiple of 3. Is it? Let me see. 3 times 25 is 75. 3 times 20 is like 60. Actually, 55 is not an interval 3. Oh, 54 is an interval 3. Yeah. But the more you know, this is something that I learned very late in the game. The idea of timing and drawing the timing charts. So for example, I'm going to do that right now. This one's going to be called X sheet. So we already said that the main keyframes are going to be 1 to 25. We're going to go from 25 to 55. And we're going to go 55 to 79. See? 4 keyframes. So we're going to do our charts like this, like this, like this. And we're going to make decisions right now, on the go. So when we go from 1 to 25, he's going to say the phrase,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, and then okay. So this is the thing about physics. I like science. If a body is still, meaning like just not moving, and it's going to move, it cannot move at full speed from the get-go. It needs to first use the force to accelerate the object. So understanding that Stephen starts still, Stephen stills, he's still. For him to go to the next keyframe, we need to make sure that the motion is slow at first and then speeds up. So what we're going to do, we're going to add an in-between. No, we're going to add we're going to add a breakdown right here on the number 22, I think. That's where we're going to add a breakdown. So breakdowns are usually with a line below them. But that would be considered like an in-between, basically. So to ramp up the motion, we're going to have to add another in-between right here in 21 to 19. And maybe in 16. So if we go 1, 22, 25, it's going to be like a straight motion. It's going to feel robotic. It's not going to feel good. If we add 119, 22, 25, then it's going to move slowly at first, and then it's going to ramp up a little bit. 16 might make it feel too slow. So I'm going to start kind of vibing with it. Probably just draw the hand in the face. And if it works, then I'm going to keep it. But essentially, I'm going to go 122, 25, 119, 22, and 116, 19 possibly. That last one might not be the case. Okay, so that's my first plan. So we start on 22. So we could either interpolate or we could give it a little bit of flair by making it a breakdown. So to make it a breakdown, we could move it a lot. But I don't think I'm going to do a breakdown. I think I'm going to, in the end, I'm going to just like in between it because I don't have enough time for like him to move his hand over here or whatever. The closest things to a breakdown that I can do is probably like closest eyes. That's the closest thing I probably can do to like to a breakdown. But that's going to be it. Okay. So I'm going to literally copy the first one. Then I'm going to move it down to right in the middle. But yeah, this is when animation gets fun. Timing charts. Hell yeah. Memori says, drawing my comic while listening and watching to your videos is relaxing. Thanks. I like when people say that. I feel like I'm a good person to hang out with while studying or working on projects. Also, I love knowing that people are working on projects while listening to me or like talking to me on Discord or whatever. It feels cool. It feels like a library. I don't have a lot of knowledge, but the very little knowledge I have, I like to share it. I'm going to call them discoveries because timesheets are something every animator should know from day one. Took me like 2 years to even think about them. Like one day I was like, hey, what are those lines and numbers that shake in like in professional behind the scenes? What even is that? And I had to watch like 50 YouTube videos to even understand it. Like it wasn't easy for me to get them. I still don't use them that much. I feel like I kind of just vibe with whatever I'm drawing, which is not correct because if you want to work with more people, you got to be able to cooperate and express ideas in objective ways. And that's the cool thing about time charts is that they're objective. Let's see. Let's see. So we have this over here. I don't know why Netflix would flag this when they should fund this for no years. Maybe. No, I feel like, no. The reason Netflix flagged me, you know this, Mr. Skin, is because I was watching an Arcane trailer last week. I watched an Arcane trailer, and I think that they're being particularly careful with Arcane stuff because there was a leak. I did not partake in that leak. I have not watched a single thing. But I think that they were scared that I might be like just streaming their show, which is going to generate a lot of revenue on the day that it premieres. So I think that's why they were extra careful. Because I also showed The Witcher stuff. But there was no The Witcher leak, right? So they only flagged me for the Arcane stuff. So I'm guessing. It's my conspiracy theory. Let's see. Now I need to bring this guy back. Let's do the in-between. The other thing that's going to be slightly breakdown-ish is that I'm not going to go right in between. I'm just going to make it like a head rotation, like a realistic one. Not interpolation. It's more realistic. See, it moves more than an arc. Like, because if you move your head like the line, like this is where you start, this is where you end, you look like a robot. And people will freak out. People will start like demanding explanations for why Facebook is stealing privacy from its users. So you don't do this. You got to do this. If you move your head from here to here, people are going to be like, oh, he's a human. He's got a neck. And necks go in like, they pivot point. They have pivot points. So no straight lines for any human motion, please. Unless it's a punch. But even a punch, if your fist goes straight line, the one that's probably going to be rotating is going to be the shoulder or the elbow. So you're forcing your shoulder and elbow to move in rotation mode for the fist to specifically go in linear motion. But again, generally speaking, avoid it. Also, it took me like a year to learn that one. I was already animating my own pilot when I learned that, the rotation stuff, which is silly. That's like I was running before I was ready to walk. But I like running. Running's fun. Oh, by the way, if you want to know about running, I'm running right now like crazy without any knowledge. Okay, I'm gonna talk to you about a guy that I know. I hope nobody flags me for copyright stuff. But if you wanna just like watch peak crazy anime, you gotta look at Yutaka Nakamura. He's the guy that I'm looking at and studying a lot. He animates a lot of scenes for My Hero Academia mostly. And people are gonna be like, "Oh, My Hero Academia is cringe." Maybe it is, but Jesus Christ, this animator's amazing. Like, he's got insane shots for that show. And I'm gonna turn off the music just in case, because music could be copyrighted easily. Images might as well. Oh, also Mob Psycho, freaking Soul Eater, amazing. And also like not Cowboy Bebop, Space Dandy. Space Dandy, he's got amazing scenes. But like, he does these crazy contrasts between slow and fast, like right here. And we've been practicing a little bit of that. I want to practice a lot of that. Oh, also this mirror framing, he uses triangles. He does a characteristic like chunky blocks. And this is what I mean with running. Like, I'm struggling animating like a conversation scene. And I'm thinking like the next thing I'm going to do is something like this, which makes no sense. This is so much more complex than what I'm doing right now. In every regard. In execution and in concept even. Like these are, I feel like these might be even harder in concept. Just the idea of like, that's so, oh my God. How is he so good? So apparently the thing that I've been learning are that he is insane about like volume maintenance with rotations. Like that's how he flexes how good he is. For example, this character is moving in a very anatomically precise way, but really slow, meaning that you cannot make him jiggle a lot, which is everybody's problem when animating, is that even though it's the same model, it's jiggling. Like the model is, or the volume is not being consistent 100%, but he's really good at keeping it very consistent with very slow motion, which is a huge flex. And I don't know. I love this guy. He's going to make me watch My Hero Academia. Oh, and of course, One Punch Man. One Punch Man. I feel like universally loved this show. He animated the Boros versus Saitama scene. And I feel like most people who like action anime, they refer to this scene when thinking about like objectively epic. Now this one I'm not that scene with Boros and Saitama I'm not even going to analyze because it's too overwhelming. I don't think I'm there yet. I'm going to start with the My Hero Academia scenes first. Or maybe even I'm going to keep it simpler. Go with there's like a samurai anime, which seems simpler. I'm going to start with the easier ones, and then I'm going to move up to One Punch Man. Jesus Christ, that show is beautiful. I keep geeking over it. Yeah, but that's another thing I want to practice soonish. Maybe for November. November is going to be Sakuga month. And the good thing is that I have a cool OC that's perfect for these scenes. Actually, I have two of them. Because Zara would also be really cool for Sakuga. Zara and Freya are perfect for that stuff. Samhain's okay, but the problem with Samhain is that he's more like a antagonistic tank role. So I feel like he would be good as a villain for Sakuga. But like heroes have stuff in common, which is being more like medium-sized, high in speed. There's not many heroes that are slow, are there? How are you feeling about the spookily season? Oh, dude, I literally woke up and I was already a skeleton, dude. I love it. Actually, I started already having like pumpkin lattes quite early this year. So I feel like I'm not as excited for October, unfortunately. I feel like we need to make sure that the pumpkin spice only comes out like really late in the year. Because otherwise, people are going to think that's a common thing, dude. It should not be. But in general, good. It's literally my month, Halloween. I feel like it's everybody's month now. October's just cool. Also, I think some people know, I'm semi-doxing myself. I live in the state of Arizona, huge state, so you still don't know where I live. Although there's only one big city, so that also semi-doxy. But the thing is that it's so hot usually that it being October means that it's going to be less hot. And I appreciate that a lot because I need to breathe air. So I'll take it, dude. I'll take October over any month of summer in this state. I can't wait to move to a colder place. People here say that they love it because it's not cold, and fair enough. But dude, how do you even survive here? I'm not built for this kind of weather. I should be living in Malibu. Specifically. I should be one of those billionaires that parties lobby to. Screw the heat, I need cold. Yeah. I need both, I guess. Because it's true that if I lived in a cold place like Minnesota, I probably wouldn't be able to handle it. I have never lived in a place that cold either. So I feel like I'm complaining about this because this is new. But I'd be terrified to go to like an actual cold place. I just need average weather, dude. Just give me the average. Which is the most average state in the U.S. I'll go there. But yeah. Also, like, I'm living here right at the cusp of global warming. Like, I chose the worst place to go global warming through. It's insane. Oh, this one looked good. Look at that. It's very functional. So, we already said this was going to be called 22, so we're going to call it 22 with a line below, meaning that's a breakdown. But it honestly barely should be considered a breakdown. Barely. Only because of the consideration of like rotations, that's it, and the eyelets being shut. But other than that, it's pretty much in between.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, let's do that again.
Yeah. Okay. Have you even kissed her?
I like it. Also, like, I always talk about this because this is how I animate everything. I like having words first, then a switch and pose, another couple words, switch and pose, words. Like, that's how I work. That's not how people work. People sometimes talk while switching poses, but I avoid that because it makes my brain hurt. I don't like that. I like making it simple and dividing it in easy tasks. So mouth flap.
Okay.
Change pose, mouth flap, change pose, mouth flap. That's how I'm doing it. That's how I'm operating here. It's a proven formula for success, honestly. Not going to lie to you. I animate a lot in very conservative ways. And I don't mean conservative like George Bush, although who knows. But I mean like I don't explore a lot. Like George Bush. I try to keep things to a simple formula. And I shouldn't do that 100%. Like, it's good because, as I said before, if you want to finish a project, it's better to know exactly what you're going to do from day one. But let's be real, man. It can get stale. Fortunately, I don't have enough content. But if I had a lot of content, people would start pointing out stuff like that. They'd be like, hey, he's doing that thing again. And you know what? Yes, I am. I am doing it again. But as I said before, I don't have that much content, so it's not that obvious yet. But the more I make, the more people are going to realize that I'm just repeating a few tricks. I'm just making the tricks look prettier, though. That is true. The tricks do look prettier every year. Every year, I'm a little bit of a better artist. But I need to get better at animating. Let's see. Gonna head out. See you later. See you later, Miss Dead Guy. It was fun to have you here. Okay, now that Miss Dead Guy is not here, we gotta watch Arcane, the leaked version of it. Okay, where's the mirror thing? Oh, there you go. Now this is an in-between. It's boring. It's just interpolation. I am not thinking while drawing these ones. Oop. But you gotta make sure that the drawings are good still. Because there was a chunky part here that made him look like he was, he had the mumps. He does not have the mumps. Not that I know of. Okay, now if he's gonna close his eye, I'm guessing he's gonna start like, closing the lids a little bit. Like this. Let's see if the eyebrow is consistent in size. It is not. This is what I mean with wiggling lines. Well, wiggling lines are okay. Wiggling volumes are not okay. It should be consistent. Oh shoot, what the hell is that? Let's see if I got that size right. Nope, that's too skinny. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna trace it, and I'm just gonna move it. That will work. Trace and move. No, that's not the right tool. This is the right tool. Take it down. Take it down, down. And maybe change the line out here a little bit. Dude, where? Oh yeah, because it's white. No. Dude, the hell? Keeps turning white. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so it goes. Something's wrong with this eye. Oh, that pupil's definitely too small. No, it's not small. It's just normal. I don't know what happened there. This looks off. Yeah, I might have to fix it later. Okay, so we have this guy here. Oh, I think the problem is the height. The place where it is placed should be lower. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, now that I know, next one. It's coming along great. Thanks, Maury. Yeah, it's starting to make sense. Let's see.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I feel like maybe this is the kind of stuff that you figure out while animating. I planned it for him to go directly to this 25 frame, but I think I might give him some time to say a couple words while he opens his eyelids.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Probably maybe a little bit less time.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe. I'm gonna keep it as it was originally, but I feel like I'm gonna need some space between the closed eyes and the open eyes. Not a lot, but a little. And let's see if this in between works. Oops, too big of an eyebrow. Volume wise, it kind of grows, so it shouldn't grow. So I'm just gonna grab these eyes, bring them a little bit lower. It's wiggling in a weird way. I think I got it this time. Nope. Both have a curve. So this one should have a curve. Better. Not amazing, but better. Okay, let's go with the nose and the mouth. And then ironically, the body's easier. Bodies are only easier if they have like really still poses like this one. Usually bodies are harder. At least for me. Depends on what you're good at, I guess. Some people are really good at gesture drawing. This is the one thing that I never sit down and practice. Gesture drawing. I gotta sit down and just practice. It's just that I don't have time, dude. I'm always either working on a project or at my day job. And I can't stop and do gesture drawings in either of those two things. I live life too fast. I need to slow down. Let's see. Down. Bam, bam, bam. Bro, it's not Kanye. I am not Kanye. Not at all. I wish I was Kanye. Oh, no, no, actually, no. I would have said that if it were the 2010s, I guess. But now that it's the 2020s, I don't want to be Kanye anymore. Sounds too stressful and too anti-Semitic. Sorry, it says that I still remember Kanye when he was good, dude. My brain immediately goes to work it harder, make it better, harder, make it harder, stronger. Which, by the way, is not even his 100%. That's sampling from Daft Punk. So we should start giving the props that we gave to Kanye West in the 2010s to Daft Punk because they're still awesome. Let's see. What's another good Daft Punk song? They have one with Pharrell Williams. We come too far to... I don't know. But I think that song is about getting laid, which I feel like it's a very lame subject. It's like, who's going to get lucky tonight? What are you talking about, dude? You're Daft Punk. You got better stuff to do, like be awesome space French robots, dude. Just go do that. Don't get girls. Be robots. Dude, if I were a robot, my last concern would be getting a date at a nightclub. It's so silly. Kanye would have been better if he had been a robot. Okay. How's it look?
Yeah. Okay.
Actually,
Yeah. Okay.
oh, I have an idea.
Have you?
I have an idea. I don't need to make a... What do you call this? Another keyframe. Yeah, okay. I'm going to do this. 25. It's going to have a 27 or 28. And this one's going to be a copy of this guy. I'm just going to copy this guy. Come over here, dude. And 25 is going to be the same guy, but he's going to be opening his eyes slowly. Like this. It's going to be like he's opening it from the previous one. Oops. That doesn't look so good. Back. Looks better. And it should be wider as well, probably. Yes, it should be. More like over here. Yes. And this guy is also going away. We still have the original here. Okay, so now my idea is basically the same thing, but
Yeah. Okay.
okay, it's looking a little bit better, but to make it look more natural, he's going to have a little bit of variation from here and here. Not a lot, but a little bit. So I think, what's the motion like? It comes from here, rotates a little bit, and okay, maybe the last one is the one I'm going to change a little bit. It's going to be basically this guy. Rotate this slightly to the right and like this. There you go, barely moving.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice. I liked it.
Yeah. Okay.
And meanwhile, he's moving his face. He's going to say, okay. Which I said, I tried to avoid that, but it's going to be fine. Don't worry, guys. I'll survive. I'll make it out. So now we have keyframe 27. This is not a keyframe anymore. This is an in between. This just became a regular old 25. So we go back to the timing charts, and we start correcting this bunch of lies, basically, because this is not what we're doing anymore. It's not very different. Now we're going from number 1 to 27, 25, sorry, 27, 28. It's a 28 frame. Okay, we're going to keyframe 28, and then we're going to have from 1 to 23. Right now it's 22, 1 to 19, and 1 to 16 still. But now we have one in between 22 and 28, which is going to be called frame number 25. See, now this is the real chart. Barely any changes though. But yeah, it's looking even better. Hell yeah. See, I'm getting way better at mundane scenes. This is hard to apply to action, but at least for boring stuff like just talking in the kitchen or having a debate or talking to your mailman, for that stuff, I'm going to get really good. Okay, what else do you need? I think that's it, right? Let's see.
Yeah, okay. Have you even kissed her?
All right. So now that's pretty much, that's a process of animation between two keyframes, pose A, pose B. See, we've animated that. So I should keep doing that with the other poses, but instead of that, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to mouth flap him because it's fun. Now, for the mouth flaps, you can do two things. You can either just like you can either create a new drawing for each mouth flap, meaning like copy this guy and just change the mouth, which is exactly what I'm going to do actually. Kind of. Is that what I'm going to do? Or should I just do a different layer? I think I'm going to do a different layer today. It depends on how I feel that day. So we're going to make a new animation layer. It's going to be just Stephen's mouth. Stephen mouth. And I'm going to start here. And I'm going to copy Stephen's everything. And I'm going to make it blue so it's easier to differentiate from everything else. New frame. Looks like he has blue lipstick on now. Weird. But, oh. Okay, so OBS got straight up disconnected for a second there. I'm going to have to look at it on my phone. Let's see if I'm still on. That's not good. What the hell? Am I back? I think I might be back. Let me try a couple weird things. I'm going to zoom into the nose. Let's see if my phone shows it. Yeah, I don't know. Oh my god, the connectivity sucks. Yeah, I think I got logged out, dude. Let me try again. I don't know. Hopefully it's working. I'm going to keep drawing, and if I get any messages anywhere, I'll be like, okay, I guess the stream is done. That sucks, dude. Let's keep trying. Your voice is occasionally breaking. Yeah, that's what I'm looking. I'm seeing my my stream health is not looking good. Let's see, where's the mouth? Okay, I have the mouth here. Let's keep going.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, it's at 19. And 22 is A.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't love how it looks so far. I can make it look better, definitely. Right now it's okay though. Thanks. Thanks, Memory, for giving me feedback.
Yeah. Okay. Have you?
Okay, that looks fine. Probably can be improved, but how? Is it the timing? Is it, do we need another keyframe? Should I redraw anything?
Yeah. Okay.
I like it enough for now. Probably the mouth shapes I'm not in love with. The mouth shapes, I'm going to fix them. They're just synced, but I can make the mouth look more aesthetic.
Yeah. Okay. Have you even kissed?
Okay, then for the next post, I do something similar. Have you even tried kissing her? Okay. Oops.
Yeah. Okay. Have you even kissed her?
That's fine. That works perfect. Okay, now we go with the other Steven. So now we're going to plan the X sheet before we move. So we're going to go from frame 28 now, things have changed, to frame 50, meaning from here to here. I think we just need like a couple in betweens, literally. Hello, Sebastian Garcia. We're animating stuff. Look at this, Sebastian.
Yeah. Okay. Have you even kissed her?
It's moving, he's moving so much. It's making me anxious how much he moves, actually. I should make him move less. Okay. So, as I said before, 20 to 25 to 55. I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to make a 52 frame and a 49. That's it. Just a very simple ease-in. Just 2 frames would be enough. So let's get to that. Let's make a new frame here, both for the mouth and for the guy. Let's start with the guy. So as you can see, interpolating here is not going to be hard at all. Like it's pretty easy to see what I got to do. So I'm going to do it. And hopefully you'll be able to see it if the internet doesn't want to cancel me. Internet, stop being like that. I literally birthed you. I have every right to have you. By the way, I am the creator of the internet. People don't know it because people are spreading false rumors about the internet being created in the 80s or something like that. It's not true. I made it yesterday. Don't listen to the fake propaganda from mainstream media. It was me. It was Uranium Core. You should be thanking me. Or not, because the internet sucks today. Thank me whenever the internet works well. If it's not working well, then yeah, you can curse at me. Curse be your internet slow today. I don't know, I just felt like it. Felt like a slow internet day. Okay, let's... So if anybody at home has animations already planned, but it's less exciting as well, because it's tedious work. You're just like drawing on stuff on top of stuff that's already been drawn for you. So it's not exciting really. So it gets probably boring. So that's probably why I take so many breaks when I'm doing cleanup. But today I've been animating for a whole hour non-stop, which is rare in me. But especially on stream. On streams I feel like I get even more tired. Casey has applied for some jobs. Good, Casey. For, do you mean for like animation or art or just in general? Because if it's art, it's very exciting. If it's other stuff in general, it's good because money matters. I know to everybody. You need some cash to get started doing stuff. Okay, now that we have this, let's see the whole thing, how it looks so far.
Yeah, okay. Have you even kissed her?
I feel like maybe the okay needs another like thing. I don't know what it needs, but it needs something.
Yeah, okay.
I think what I'm gonna do with the mouth is I'm just gonna make it a little bit more stretchy here. I guess they're more like he doesn't care what he's talking about, basically.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it looks better. Yeah, okay. Have you even kissed her?
Yeah, okay. Have you even kissed her?
Nice. Okay, one more in between because I planned already another one, right? Oop. I planned to go from 28 to 55 with a 52 and a 49 in the in between. So I gotta follow my own directions. So this would be 1, 28, 25, 22, and this one would be 19. Oh, wait a minute. I never drew a 16. See, I was thinking about doing a 16, but apparently I made the decision not to because I have already moved on. But that's interesting.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I could have added it. I feel like I'm still in time, but do I really need it? Probably not.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, if you want to make the animation smoother, I guess you would add it. But do I want to do that? Apparently not. Either way, I'm gonna do the same thing right now. I'm just gonna do 2 in betweens. 2 in betweens is basically lazy work, but it can be effective work. And honestly, that's the skill that I've been trying to like get for all this time, because before I would animate everything in once to make it look smooth. But honestly, this is what I've been striving for, being able to make something that looks convincingly smooth on 3s and with less frames. So maybe I'm becoming the animator I've always wanted to be, a lazy one. But it's not about being lazy, it's about being able to like communicate, I guess. Because a lot of the stuff I like is actually very choppy animation, and it looks amazing. I'm gonna bring it up again because I love it. Punch Punch Forever. Punch Punch Forever is by far my most favorite YouTube project, or YouTube animation stuff, or indie. You know what I mean. No grounds technically, I guess. And they animate a lot of choppy stuff. Because they don't even just emulate anime. They specifically emulate anime from the 80s. And anime in the 80s was very choppy. But in a good way. So the fact that I'm able to do stuff that he would do, Speedo, there, makes me excited. Also, the other guy who I cannot believe animates on 3s is Zerel for like Monkey Wrench. There's so many shots of Monkey Wrench that are animated on 3s and even 4s. Because I know it because I've seen him animate live. The same way you're watching me, I've watched Zerel animate on Tumu Harmony. And sometimes he will go on 4s, dude. And it still looks so fucking sweet. How? How dare he? Yeah. No. Sorry, Mamori. I agree with that. That's what I mean. Like, this is something that I call lazy today because it's what I'm doing, but it's the thing that I've always wanted to do. Is I remember always thinking like, oh, I have to draw like 5 frames to just move a hand, because I couldn't make it look smooth unless I did it with more frames. But I remember all the animators that I watch on YouTube, they always said, more is not better always. More is more work, honestly. It doesn't mean better necessarily. And when you show off that you're making more work, that's also exciting. Like when you watch that it's all animated on once, that doesn't need to be. But they're showing basically the effort that they're putting into it, which is also exciting. But honestly, good animators usually don't need that. They don't need to add so many frames to everything. So I agree. It's not lazy, really. It's more like honestly, it's a skill that takes time. So I'm happy that I'm able to pull it off so consistently nowadays. Let's see. And yeah, it is. Honestly, I feel like all the scenes that I'm animating lately are starting to become more and more satisfying. This one is making me feel happy. It's very simple, but it does what it has to do. Let's see how it looks so far.
Yeah? Okay. Have you even kissed her?
Perfect. It's missing an eye though. Yeah, also I think the term lazy and animator, they just can't go together. Honestly, it is a bit of an oxymoron because even if you took all the shortcuts in the world, animation is still a lot of work. So I feel like being a lazy animator is probably impossible in it on itself. Because if you were lazy, you would not be making animation. You would be making any other thing that could be half-assed, which in art is very little. There's not a lot of stuff that you can half-ass in art, but animation is certainly not the one you can. You cannot half-ass animation. Okay, I'm gonna take one tiny break. Uh-oh, my health is not doing okay. I have low HP on the stream. It says, what happened? Error, YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Oh no, YouTube. Well, not YouTube, my internet. But if people can still watch me, I'm gonna take a break and go to Newgrounds and watch a couple scenes of Monkey Wrench. Because I love that show. This is the one I said I was animated on very low frame rates. Surprisingly. Watch a couple shots and then go back to animation. That was loud. Oh, it's TMNT. Pillow. Okay, now for example, this is obviously animated in low frame rate, but they're making fun of cheap cartoons. But that's fine. Still adorable. It's extremely stupid. But even this character Strike, that's animated in like really high quality, like he looks amazing. He's also animated in low frame rates, really. Like I think you notice most when you look at the hair. Like the hair is like waving because of the gravity thing being off. So the way that the hair moves is telling about how slowly everything is animated, and it still looks amazing. Look at the hair.
I'm trying to watch my thing.
It's very choppy,
You got a screen in your room.
but amazing.
But I'm driving.
I trust cruise control better than yours.
Give it here. I'll show you how a master does it.
Forgotten the chords I taught you already?
Stupid thing's too big for me.
Just like that.
Yeah?
The hair. I just love the hair motion so much.
Now keep it down. Showtime.
Are we cut out for this life?
I just love how he animates choppily. The other one who animates choppily is Punch Punch. I should be careful with this one because the guy makes a lot of not safe for work art. So I should go to the show, not the channel. Let's see. Oh, actually, I'm gonna watch episode 2 because that one has a fight scene, which is absolutely incredible. Also choppy animation, but like I don't know, it's just like well choreographed, I guess. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know what it is, but it's satisfying to watch. No, go, come. Please, I want to watch you just for a second. Come on, dude. She's not working. She's shy. Oh, you're gonna make me watch you on YouTube, aren't you? Okay. Punch forever slasher. There she is. By Newgrounds, you were not able to meet my demands immediately, which is what everything should be like. Everything should be immediate. Skip. Okay. Let's watch the fight scene right here. This is Small Joel cameo. I don't know who Small Joel is. Oh, you're talking about the other one, right? The little dwarf. Yeah.
この試合の模様は島唯一のトイレを使い終わったカメラマンたちが全角度からお届けします。はい、お届けするよ。頑張ってね。私たちもミニテレビで見守ってるわよ。始め。
Hear the fight. Dude. It just looks so good. Dude, I love it. That's probably my favorite sequence from this episode. I'm gonna watch it again, but slowly. This is how I do with anime usually, but this technically kind of anime. So let's see how it goes slowly from here. Oh, no audio because with the audio it's gonna be a nightmare. Let's see. So now we can see the frames being kept for a while. And this is what I mean. There's not a lot of in-betweens. It's just like good key posing and barely any transitions. And here I think he might go for like twos or even ones. See, he's moving fast a couple times there. When she breaks her arm and punches her face, that's definitely animated on ones, not on threes. But like I think later I'm probably gonna download this one and like analyze it better. Because it's just fascinating how well they crafted this scene. Because ironically, they're like trying to copy the style of the 80s anime. This is animated better than 80s anime, buddy. You remember Dragon Ball, right? Dude, Dragon Ball, I love that show, but that shot is so funny. The one where she punches her head around. And then there's the last kick. Yeah. Also, I love the facial expressions in every single frame. Like, they never miss the mark. It's a good, like, what do you call this? Anticipation. I'm going to check out the anticipation again. It was really good. That one. The eye just flies out of her face. This is so gross. So she starts, like, in the main pose, and then she starts going back, but she goes slowly. She's going, like, on threes, probably. And she's slowly going to even higher. And even when she's already anticipated, there's a moment where she even goes higher to anticipate more, which is amazing. And then finally it's like 2 smear frames, punch, and then she flies away. 2 smear frames was, I think. Let me see that again one more time. 1, 2. Yeah, see? It was like 1 smear frame before she hits, and then the classical smear frame when she's already moving. So that's interesting. I have never done a smear frame before the motion. Like, let me see if I can catch it. This one. This is the smear frame that I would have never thought of myself. But you know what? Now that I saw this, I'll think about it. I'll be like, hey, maybe I can add a smear frame before the motion begins. The one I would have done was that one. Oh, I missed it. I'm not going to be able to find it again. It's going to be hard. Ugh. So slow. Let's see. Let me try one more time. I want to catch it. Oh, dude, it's so fast. I missed it again. It's okay. But that's the smear frame I would have done definitely. And then a strong key pose, and then she flies away. Love it. And then when she is going against the floor, it's a very interesting one. I think what really sells that shot is the cloud of dust and the background moving really fast. Loved it. Seriously, what a great sequence. Man. Yeah, it's a cloud. It's a cloud that was selling the effect. Love it. And then just the character herself, the tiny Jason, is just so funny. It's just like a little gremlin monster. Super likable. She just like stays still, gets up, and she just slaps it off. And they go back to the regular animation style. I feel like the one that I showed you before, that's like the Sakuga scene of the season. That was a moment where they were like, hey, let's hire somebody who's good at action stuff. and let's give him a lot of money to just make sure that this looks good because it looks amazing. And if that's not it, then I don't know what it is, dude. Just great stuff. So yes, mirror frames before an attack. That's the thing I extracted from that scene. Oh, Kill la Kill. I have never watched Kill la Kill, but it looks so interesting. I should watch it. The show was always so much fun to look at. I used a chair scene for reference in an animation I was doing. They're using some really neat tricks. Yeah, because I know Kill la Kill is not like, what do you call this? It's not like just the average anime. Like, it looks weird from the get-go. They're always doing weird stuff. So I probably have to give that a watch. Kill la Kill. Also, this is like the... Not the main... I mean, I like the main character. She's cool. But, like, the other one. The silly girl in the school dress. The school uniform, I mean. Because she's just, like, super stupid. I like dumb characters. And I don't know if she's dumb. I don't want to call her dumb without knowing her, but she looks... because, you know, I think the thing I saw about Kill la Kill the most was Cartoon Network version of it. Cartoon Network Kill la Kill. Or not Cartoon Network, but it was specifically the Craig McCracken guy or the other one. One of those two. Ads. Leave me alone. I don't want you to be a part of my life. Go away. Be gone. This one. Especially with the sound library from the old Craig McCracken shows. Or the other one. What's the other guy? It's two of them. It's Craig McCracken and Gendy Stravinsky or something like that. Oh, that's a chair scene. Let's watch this chair scene and then go back to drawing. See, that's the one I like. That is such a silly animation. I loved it. Because it's like serious anime or whatever. There's like probably, what do you call this? There's probably like big stakes here. But yes, so they go with such a cartoony moment. Look at this. It's insane. That is so crazy what she just did right there. Okay, now I like Mako. I like the other one, but now I like... No, Mako. This is Mako. I don't know what her name is. Whatever. I like her as well. Because she just did the goofiest chair kick scene ever. That's insane what she just did. I'm going to watch it one more time. It's too satisfying. So she obviously anticipates... Oh, Ryuko. I like Ryuko then. She anticipates, brings up the chair, but like there's like a snappy moment where she just goes like from this to that super quick, like impossibly quick. The chair's already smeared, and then she's just gonna smash the living crap out of it against the floor. And for whatever reason, it bounces back, which it shouldn't, but it does, like a basketball almost. And it bounces perfectly to the position where she can put it down with her foot. That is crazy. And it squashes and stretches like a freaking cartoon from like the old school Disney, like a Mickey Mouse type chair. That is absolutely lovely. Okay, yeah, this is a good reason to watch the show now. Look at that. That's gorgeous. That's beautiful. Yeah. It's a good recommendation, though. If they're going to do stuff like this, I'm going to watch the living crap out of it. And I'm not just going to watch the crap out of it. I'm going to watch it slow motion. That's how you know I like a show. Okay. It's a very good recommendation, then. Also, I think the soundtracks, I've heard good stuff about the soundtracks. I think the guy who makes the soundtracks for that show is the same guy who makes the soundtracks for Attack on Titan. And I think he's very talented. So I don't know if it was him or another guy that I know of, honestly. But those are the two things that I love about a show. a good soundtrack and goofy animation. Make it goofy. If you can make it good, that's fun. Make it good as well, if possible. But if you can make it goofy, you got me, dude. That's how you make me fall in love with the show. That's why I like Scott Pilgrim. Scott Pilgrim's really good with soundtracks and with goofy animation. They don't go crazy. No, they do. Honestly, they went hard in the anime, the Netflix adaptation. They didn't follow the comic book, which pissed me off. But you know what? The animation-wise, it was good. It was crazy. I don't know if you guys have watched the show on Netflix or pirated, whatever. But that shot with Lucas Lee fighting the ninjas, man, I love that so much. So silly. Something that would have never happened in the comic books. But I'm glad it happened on the show. So that's why I'm not trashing on the show ever. Some people trash on the show. They go like, oh, they lied to us. They told us it was going to be about Scott Pilgrim, but I barely saw him. Fair. That's a good point to make, but it doesn't mean that you don't want to see the other characters. Because to me, Scott Pilgrim, even though himself, Scott, he's funny, he's cool. My favorite guys have always been the villains, the League of Evil X's. Always, every single time. In the movies and in the comic book. In the comic book, I was always waiting to see the next Evil X. And on the show, we got to see more of them. Which honestly also waters them down a little bit. It makes them feel a little too mundane. Which in the comic book, they never felt mundane. In the comic book, they always felt like a very special person or case or enemy to face. But I don't know. I do like seeing more of them at the same time. So I have conflicted feelings, I guess. The boulder is conflicted. I like Avatar, by the way. I make references to it all the time. It can get annoying, but I'm getting better at it.
Yeah? Okay. Have you even kissed her?
Okay, so it is moving, but something I don't like. There's something that's slightly off. Let me see that.
Okay. Have you even kissed
I think I know what it is. I think the eyes are shifting place in the skull. And when you move it slowly, it's noticeable. So I probably got to fix the keyframes.
Have you even kissed?
Is that what it is? Okay, no. They're not shifting place on the skull, but they're shifting shapes, though. Which is not ideal. Are they or are they not? And if they are, how do I fix it?
Have you even kissed?
You know how I fix this usually? I usually do the same old trick of just blinking. If he blinks his eye, it's gonna be easier for it to be. It's gonna be harder to notice if the eyes are varying in shape.
Have you even kissed her?
I think that's a lazy way out. So I'm gonna do something else. Let's see. What am I gonna do? No, I don't know. Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the following. I am gonna raise the eyes for a second there. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna trace the next form of the eye, so it's very, 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 very similar. And then I'm gonna in between it once, so it's gonna be less of a difference. Just like that. Because blue is after, right? Yeah, blue is after. If I trace it, there's no variation. Okay, so now from here to here, there should be no variation. So now when I do this in between again, it should be some variation, but barely. It's going to be harder to notice now. That was right. Now the variation in eye
Okay.
shape is
Have you even kissed her?
way less jarring. Before it was a little too distracting. Now it's like, yeah, it still varies. Because I'm not AI, that's why. Actually, you know what? AI varies more than people do. Forget what I said. AI is not a better animator than humans. It will become one day, unfortunately, but today they're still kind of stupid. All right, so now we have the second one. So let's do the mouth already, right?
Okay. Have you even kissed her?
Have you even? No, I'm gonna do the mouth for later because it's gonna be easier to just do the last pose to pose. So let's see. We're gonna go from 55 to 79. 55 to 79, right? 79 is missing a few wrinkles. Okay, now it looks better. Ooh, also missing the shirt thing. All right, better. And now, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, 55 to 79. Let's go to the X sheet. I think I'm gonna do like breaking. So we're gonna go 55, 77, and 79. No, 75, 79, and then 77 here. So basically, breaking the motion, giving it basically like a feeling of like it's ending. Okay, let's do that. So 75, 75. Oh, sorry. Is that sometimes I animate on, sometimes, usually I animate on 2. So I'm used to like going intervals of 2. So now I gotta think in 3s. In 3s would be 79, 76, and 73. 73 and 76. No, that's what I want. Okay, got it. I love animating. So much fun. Okay, so hopefully next week, because I'm saying this because I'm about to end the stream. Hopefully next week the internet connection is not as bad as today. And I'm going to keep animating just as I did today. I might show you a little bit about how I make the music. Because I feel like after this weekend, I'm going to be already inside of the audio process. So I might show you a little bit of my synthesizers. I might show you a little bit of how I compose music. I might show you a little bit about leitmotifs. Because when I write music for soundtracks, I think leitmotifs are the way to go. If you don't know what a leitmotif is, you should look it up. I'm going to recommend you to do that. It's the coolest thing ever. If you've ever watched a musical and felt like the last score was epic, it was probably because of leitmotifs. Leitmotifs, basically, they just like, in musical ways, they make you reminisce or remember a theme, a character, a moment, a place through simple melodies. And when you add them in literal storytelling, like it is a show, like an anime show, dude, like you can get such emotions being evoked from people. Also, another great example of leitmotifs would be Undertale. Go play Undertale again, pay attention to the music, and share your findings with me. You'll be like, dude, like it's legitimately playing with your emotions through music, dude. Toby Fox. He ingrains an idea with a melody. When you meet Flowey, when you meet the mother Toriel, he ingrains a feeling of safety with you, with those two guys specifically, and then brings them back and fights with Asgore, and obviously the final version of Flowey. And you feel either comforted by Asgore, even when you're fighting him, or you feel betrayed by Flowey when he obviously betrays you. The Flowey one is more on the nose, fair enough. But the Toriel one is genius. It's like it makes you realize just like how wrong you are on the first play usually, especially if you're a warrior type. If you go into the game just trying to defeat people, then you totally miss the mark on both Asgore and Toriel. But the music is basically telling the truth, even though you're playing the game wrong. And I just love that idea. Same thing with Sans. With Sans, they also do similar stuff. But like my favorite ones are Toriel and Asgore. Toriel, Asgore, and the child. I don't remember the name of their kid. But like those are insanely good leitmotifs they use for those two characters. And then, of course, the main theme of the game. I just like music so much. Now, for Scott Pilgrim, unfortunately, if I make very few scenes, I'm not going to be able to pull off many leitmotifs. But just in case, I'm going to start thinking about them. Because that's a bad thing. Not a bad thing. I don't want to be mean. But that's the thing I feel like they... oh, no, actually, no. Shut up. I made a mistake. I was going to say that's the thing they didn't do on the Netflix show. But no, they did it. And you know who they gave the most leitmotifs to? Weirdly enough, it was to Gideon. Which makes me feel like he's going to be a very important character in season 2. Because, like, on the show, on season 1, he was not that important, really. He had kind of like a B plot line that was amusing for a main villain to be just, like, put on the side. But the fact that they gave him so many leitmotifs already, like with the whole, like, Gordon Goose thing and him being kind of evil, especially at first. Like, they connected ideas already musically for him so early on that I'm very sure that he's going to be very important for the next season. I think that's another way to know how important a character is, like, by their leitmotifs. If they get too many of them, it's because they matter. For example, Stephen still didn't get a single leitmotif, so now we know he's not going to do a lot. Unfortunately, I like Stephen. But even Ramona and Scott didn't get that many. Or maybe I just got to listen to the soundtrack again and look for them. I don't think they got any. But Gordon Goose is just so obvious. It's dun 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 taka taka dun dun dun. It repeats in many ways with many instruments and many feelings. Even I feel like even they do like a major versus minor version of that, which is very cool. Oh, you know who else? Okay, you know what? Yeah. So I'm wrong again. There's 2 characters who got a lot of them. They were Matthew Patel and they were Gordon Goose or Gideon Graves. Matthew Patel also had a couple of leitmotifs, not many, but they gave it to him as well. So I can complain less about the Netflix show now that I realized that they actually have a lot of leitmotifs. But you know who has more? Undertale. Undertale is better. What's another good show with leitmotifs? Oh, you know which one has one? Like My Hero Academia, I noticed because I've been watching a few fight scenes, and they have that da na 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 na. They use it in like 3 different ways. Obviously, the fight way, which is the easy one. They also use it in the sad way, like whenever Midoriya is like, "I'm not gonna be a hero," but he is gonna be a hero. You just know it because like there wouldn't be a show about a guy who's not gonna be a hero, But like whenever he gets like sad, there's like a sad version of that, but it's the same theme. And I think which other show does exactly the same thing, which is like copying. Somebody copied somebody. They might both have copied somebody else. One Punch Man. The main fight scene is also used for the sad moments for Saitama, which is starting to feel kind of cheap now that everybody's doing it. Naruto had 2 different themes for fight and for sadness. Could you imagine the da-na-na, da-na-na-na, but like in fight mode? It would be weird. But that's exactly what My Hero Academia and One Punch Man do. They legitimately use their sad song for fight scenes. I wonder if One Punch Man has any more leitmotifs. I think Attack on Titan has the dun 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 dun, which is awesome. I don't know exactly what it means on that show. It just means big guys are gonna come and kill you, probably. Okay, I'm almost finished with the animation.
Yeah. Okay. Have you even kissed her?
Let's look at that again.
Okay. Have you even kissed her?
Okay, it's looking fine. One more keyframe, guys. We're almost finished. Almost done with what I wanted to accomplish today. After that keyframe is finished, I can just draw a couple like preliminary mouth flaps. And we'll be finished. I can go take a nap again. My two favorite things in this world are animating and taking long naps. And after the long nap, I'm going to keep animating, by the way. So it's going to be a productive nap because it's going to make me come back stronger than ever. Okay. I might watch a couple scenes of Kill la Kill. I should have some food. I haven't had fast food in a while, so I think I deserve some fast food today. And it's gonna be even like the worst fast food possible, like something like cheap, and like McDonald's, you know. McDonald's the most like bland version of fast food possible, and that's probably what I'm gonna eat because it's what my stomach craves. Oh, by the way, if you follow me on YouTube but not on Twitter, you should follow me on Twitter as well. I don't post a lot, but I do give a few updates on my projects, both musically and artistically. Sometimes I post these animations before time. The name of the channel is the Uranium Core, just like the YouTube channel. It's quite easy to find. But I said before, it's good for smaller updates. Oh, this post is so funny. These two characters are so good for like what do you call this? I don't know. It's just like the dynamic duo, the lazy and the hardworking, or the serious and unserious, the edgy and the round shapes. Oh yeah, I just noticed that she has her hair is literally round shapes. Well, this girl's hair is literally edgy triangles. Huh. Food for thought, huh? About character design. Yeah, that's one thing I never implement in my character design process is shapes. I think I have to do it more. I feel like I'm just lucky that sometimes things come out okay. But if I knew about like how to apply shapes, that would be a different story. Yeah, I feel like most of my characters have triangles. I feel like maybe all my characters are edgy. Whenever I design them, I gotta make the less edgy characters. Which is another thing I probably might do as well. I feel like I'm gonna work hard on the Scott Pilgrim projects, but I also want to work on my own projects. So I think I'm gonna start live streaming how I work on that as well. And it doesn't have to be necessarily animation, but probably gonna be like character design or like location design, stuff like that. Because I want to work on them. I want to work on my guys. I don't work on Scott. I want to work on Zim. I want to work on Research Unit of Horrors. I want to do everything. Oh, and the music for my show. Now that's the best thing about making your own show for me. It's like making your own music for real. All of it copyright free. All of it up to your creativity. Nobody can tell me not to do something. I can go fully crazy. I can explore my love for fantasy medieval music, electro swing, and metal all at the same time. Because I feel like if there was like a perfect genre, it would be that. It would be orchestral, metal, electro swing. It sounds like too many things. It's like too many things. But that's legitimately the genre that my show has. And I think people are going to love it because It's like fusion of fusion of fusion. It's like triple fusion. People are gonna be like, dude, I've always been wanting to hear like Lord of the Rings music mixed with like cheap nightclub electro swing while banging my head because of how hard the guitar goes and the drums. Let's see. I really, really enjoy live streams, so anything's good. Listening to you feels insightful and self-indulgent even. Thanks. Yeah, I do like, as I said before, I do like working with other people that also work. Probably simultaneously. And yeah. I'm going to do more of these. I used to do these a lot before when I was doing my own pilot. And then I moved. I got a new job. So my time schedule became really chaotic. So it was really hard for a long while to get to do these. But now I'm gonna try at least to make these every once in a while. Especially now that I'm flooded with projects. Because honestly, that's the other thing. Like, if I don't have projects, it's hard to do a live stream as well. But like, once you have projects, you're like, okay, I'm already gonna spend like 15 hours in a couple of days just working. So might as well share some of the process with people. But if you have nothing to do, then it's hard. Okay, we're almost finished, guys. One more frame to go. This is the last one of the day. For you. I'm going to keep drawing later. Let's see. Come on, I'm almost finished. Oh, you're trying to think how metal works with like medieval and electro swing? You can do that already. I already have the pilot for Research Unit of Horrors, and I'm already mixing the three sounds. Not completely, but mostly actually. You gotta look up. Oh my god, I got like 9 subscribers right now, dude. What the hell? Is it from the stream? Oh, I hope so, dude. I never get 9 subscribers from 1 minute to the next. I just got them right now. That's very rare. This is the one you gotta watch. Research Unit of Horrors animated pilot. On that show, I'm mixing the three things because the theme of this show is like D&D fantasy world with Halloween characters, and everything's edgy. So that's why metal, swing, and medieval. That's why the combination. Metal is mostly because of me and my edginess in general. Fantasy music is what brings the orchestral, like the violins, the brass, all the heavy sounds, because it's meant to be set in that era. And the swing is what gives it like the spooky vibe. Because, dude, we have to all admit that the most Halloween music is definitely swing. It's like there should not be a debate about that. If you want to have a debate, people, you can have it, but I've already decided that swing is the official Halloween music. All right, let's finish this frame. Let's keep going. And in itself, that show is kind of like a huge mix of things because it's supposed to be anachronistic. Like, you're supposed to watch it and be like, oh, okay, we have like knights and we have castles, so it's definitely like a fantasy. But then you start looking at the technology people use, and it's supposed to be like very advanced. Like they have already mastered hydraulics. They're starting to like play with electricity already. And you're like, what the hell are these medieval people doing? It's like because there's been a rip in their time. There's something that didn't go right, so they're a bit accelerated. And that's why I like to mix like industrial metal music with it. And there's demons and Halloween creatures, so that's why the swing. Let's see. Thanks, Maury. I like when people watch it. I always gotta pitch an ad for my show because I'm gonna keep working on it as well. Like, it's not only that I worked hard on it, but I'm gonna keep working on it. So I need people to watch it. All right, guys, let's see how the poses look because I'm done with keyframes. I just need to do mouth flaps.
Yeah? Okay. Have you even kissed her?
Yeah,
Yeah?
it looks good. But I need the mouth flaps. Without the mouth flaps, it's too distracting. So I think I'm going to give it a couple more minutes to do that as well. So let's see. Here. Oops. And here. And maybe a couple more over there. Nope, I don't need those. Okay. So now the mouth is at least timed with the body, but I need to like flap it.
Yeah? Okay. Have you even kissed her?
Okay, so kiss her starts at 79, I think.
Kissed her?
Ooh, actually, no, it starts before that.
Kissed her?
It starts here, so kissed. So here, I'm... like this. This is how I draw the sounds. Oh shoot, I should have put this guy here. Let's see how it looks.
Have you even kissed her?
There you go. And then here I go with the So let's do that. I don't like that shape. Oh shoot. There we go. And then I gotta close the mouth, probably here. Okay, that looks okay-ish. This mouth is too scratchy and big, probably. Mm. And then one in between here to close the mouth slowly, relatively. Nope, that looks bad. Has to be smaller. Probably a bit smaller. Like this.
Okay. Have you even...
Oh, the audio broke.
Yeah? Okay. Have you even kissed her?
Ooh, that looks way better. Way better. Okay, so now that we have that, we just need to add the have you even, right?
Have you even kissed her?
Have you even... So I think right before he's going to move, he's going to be like,
Even kiss...
Nope, actually not. Here?
And kiss...
Yeah, so he has an sound here. So that's exactly what I'm going to draw. It's going to be like an like this. And then right here would be the even, I think.
Even kiss...
So now that's going to be weird because it's an even. Technically it's two sounds, but I'm going to have to express it with one, which is insane for Western media, but like anime does it. Also, I feel like when the mouth are slightly out of sync with the sound, it feels anime because it's dubbed usually. I know Scott Pilgrim was done in English, but like if you think about it, the fact that it's out of sync just slightly makes it feel like, yeah, they had to force the sound to fix the to meet the drawing. So maybe not nailing every single vowel would be smart.
Okay. Have you even kissed her?
I think that's actually that even on the Netflix show, I think that happened a couple of times where, especially Ramona. Ramona has something like really smooth animation, so they made more motion with the mouth, which is ironically when you notice better how out of sync the audio was. But like, I don't know, it just feels authentic though.
Have you even kissed...
When does he say have?
Have you...
Right at 55, okay. Right at 55, he's going to do the have. So have. There you go. Have you even kissed her? Use probably 61, right?
You even...
Perfect. I nailed it. Yes, it's this one here. So in Western media, I would do a U. I don't know if I'm going to do it today. Should I? I want to do it. Okay, I'm going to do it. I don't care what the haters say. They'll be like, anime just flaps their mouth. I don't care. I don't flap my mouth. I do more stuff. Have you... Let's see.
Okay. Have you even kissed her?
Yeah, I like it like that. Honestly, it's just that it bothers